How's it going, everyone? Hope you're having a wonderful day. And I just want to give my quick thoughts on Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts, their newest film. From what I understand, this is the final film in Phase 5. And now everything going forward is Phase 6, which I guess just equates to 4 movies and a handful of TV shows, but nonetheless. I thought Thunderbolts was just fantastic. It was really enjoyable, it was really good. It's definitely one of the new and modern MCU films that I would rewatch, because a lot of them I watched once and I won't watch again, like Quantumania, Love and Thunder, The Marvels. I watched all of them once and I was like, that wasn't very good, and then I never watched it again. For me, Thunderbolts definitely is gonna be one of them, like, I'm gonna watch that again. That was a great movie. The story basically revolves around Valentina, the chick with the hair. She's been like a kind of a prominent part of the last couple of phases in a few projects like Falcon Winter Soldier and Wakanda Forever and all that stuff. She's kind of on trial for some of the shady stuff she's been up to. The main one being this thing called Project Sentry, where she's trying to create her own hero that's even more powerful than all the Avengers. And so as she's trying to clean it all up, she gets all the shady people she's been working with, like Yelena, Ghost, John Walker, and Taskmaster, my favorite character in the movie. Basically, all to go to this one area and basically just get them to kill each other and destroy all the evidence. Taskmaster is the only one who dies. She gets shot right in the face, and that's it. I mean, everyone who saw the trailer pretty much just guessed, Taskmaster's totally just gonna die. But yeah, they all end up starting to team up with each other. Find this guy called Bob. As they escape the place, they realize that they realize the experiments were successful, and Bob now has superpowers. And Valentina takes him in. And Bucky recruits all of them. He's like, you're gonna be the ones helping me, because the Avengers don't exist right now. That was a big thing in Brave New World. It's the same thing here. It's there's no Avengers, not really, and we can't keep waiting for them to come back. So yeah, they go and confront Valentina in the old Avengers Tower, which I think they did give it a name, but I don't remember what it is. And they go to take her in, but then Bob comes out in his Sentry suit. It looks pretty close to it in the comics, but since it's the MCU, of course, there's fucking lines all over it, because it's the MCU. And he also had, blonde hair and stuff. Make him look a lot like how Sentry looks in the comics. And they all try to fight him, but Sentry's pretty much a god, and they're, it's 2 super soldiers. No, sorry, 3 super soldiers, an assassin, and then a girl who can walk through walls. They don't exactly stand much of a chance. And yeah, so Sentry kicks all their asses, and they all retreat, and Valentina is like, hey, go, kill them, and Sentry's like, well, they're no threat to me. And he starts calling himself a god and stuff, and they try and use a kill switch on him, but it doesn't work. And he turns into the Void, and basically he starts sucking up everybody. I've seen the trailer, you know this, and then yeah, so the Thunderbolts have to come together, save the people, and they end up going into the Void to find Bob, to get him to seize control back, and yeah. That's just the plot. I'll get to just a little bit of the ending a little bit later. There's something they told us beforehand, and they realize that Yelena is definitely the main focal point. She is the main character of this. I think that was a good choice, because she was the standout in the Black Widow movie that's not very good. She gets the most emotional death in the film. Florence Pugh really gets to show off her acting range. She has a lot of really emotional scenes. She's definitely the heart of the film, and I think it paid off. A line from the trailer that is in the movie, where Red Guardian tells her, it's we all have regrets, and she's like, yeah, but I have so many. And I think a lot of people can relate to this movie in the sense that we all have stuff we regret, right? Some of us more than others. And isolating yourself is not the solution. It's, finding people to connect with, And that's exactly what Yelena does in the movie. She ends up connecting with this ragtag group of losers, pretty much. So they go into the void, they find Bob, and they find the void, and Bob tries fighting them, but they come to realize it's like that's just what the void wants. So they pull Bob off, like, all together while hugging him. They're like, we're here for you, you're not alone. That stops, and they manage to save the day. No one actually died because I don't think they were like, oh, this character's going to be a pretty important feature. We probably don't want them to kill children. So yeah. So everyone comes back who was sucked away into the void. And they go to arrest Valentina, but she gets the press ready, and she kind of forces them onto stage and is like, here's your new Avengers. And then that's when we find out what the asterisk in the title for this whole time was for. It was for the Avengers, or rather, the new Avengers, as they're being called. That was the rumor for a long time when Marvel had the asterisk added to the title, and when asked about it, I think Kevin Feige was like, oh, you'll find out when you see the movie. And so that was the theorized reason, was that this is secretly an Avengers movie the whole time. I thought it would be Dark Avengers. Personally, that's just what I thought they're going to do, but New Avengers makes sense. The New Avengers I'm most used to was from the Heroic Age comics, with Luke Cage leading the group, and there was Spider-Man, Jessica Jones, and everything. But obviously that's not the case here. It's just not the case of the MCU taking something from the comics, but making changes to it so it kind of fits their universe. They're pretty notorious for doing that by now. They officially become the New Avengers. The credits show them in magazines and stuff. I'm glad the way they did the post-credit scene. The first one is the joke one, because usually they save the joke one for last. But I appreciate they put the joke one first, which is just Red Guardian in a grocery store, and he's talking to some lady about buying this cereal box, and then he gives it to her, but then you see her just put it on another pile of something else. She walks away. That was pretty funny. But that one was nice. But the actual proper post-credit scene that you told to save for every Marvel movie for, which the credits spoiled, so thanks for that, credits. The New Avengers, they're in their base, they're having a conversation. There's something coming in space, and they get a satellite, and they see a ship coming, and it turns, and you see the Fantastic Four logo, and the theme plays. And when I talk about the credits spoiling it, is that in the music credits, where they put all the songs, they included Fantastic Four First Steps theme by Michael Giacchino. They really shouldn't have put that until after, but whatever. And then you see the New Avengers and Bob will return. And I'm glad we got a post-credit scene that's basically just this is the next one coming out, which is how Marvel used to do it. Because it's been a personal thing with me for post-credit scenes for the past two phases, that a lot of them feel like they've just gone nowhere. A lot of them have just been teasing a sequel that might not even happen, like the Shang-Chi post-credit scene. We're ever going to get that sequel? We haven't heard anything about it forever. What about that lady that goes to see Doctor Strange at the end of Multiverse Madness? We ever going to see her again? I don't know. There's no Doctor Strange 3, release date. We don't know. Of course, the Quantumania one's completely pointless. Kang's never coming back. Yeah, so I'm glad we kind of went back to how post-credit scenes are, which is just teasing the next movie coming out, / the Avengers film coming. So I guess we also kind of know if Fantastic Four is going to end. I mean, we kind of guessed it was going to end with them coming to the MCU, even before going to it, but I thought maybe we were just going to save that for Avengers Doomsday, but I guess it'll be at the end of their movie. Nonetheless. But yeah, I really like Thunderbolts. It was very good. So, what'd you think of it? Let me know in the comments. I know it's a bit of a shorter one, but I don't want another Born Again video where I spend 40 minutes talking about it, and then it's a pain to edit. So yeah, I just wanted to give my really quick thoughts. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, all that fun stuff. And yeah, have a great day. See ya.